So there's a lot of ways you can end up with a sports take. Observational, you watched the game and you saw something. Empirical, I saw the data and I came up with something. Comparative, this event reminds me of that event. Experiential, mostly for former pro athletes, right? I played in this, so here's my personal experience. Very rarely does a theory come out of what I'm about to say. My son had his appendix removed. So now I think the Steelers need to draft a quarterback. That's what I would call an out of left field sports take, but it's an honest one, and I'll tell you the story behind it. I missed Monday's show, and when I got back on Tuesday, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers going to Pittsburgh and what should the Steelers do, and I had a whole new outlook on life, which boils down to don't assume everything is going to be fine. You can be optimistic, but just don't assume everything is going to be fine. Because that's how I was kind of cruising along, and I got a stark reminder, and here's the story. Sunday night, my son's almost done with his science fair experiment, and he's like, oh, my stomach hurts, this amorphous stomach ache. And we're like, faking is on the board. Not saying he's a liar, but he did once tell me after an intense recess, Dad, popped my Achilles, but I was okay. I'm like, all right. I don't know if you did that. And if he's nervous or if he's losing in a competition, he will utilize his imagination. Be like, oh, Dad, I got to go to the blue tent. It's like, Billy, we're playing ping pong. There's no blue tent. That's our normal camping tent. Faking's on the board. We're like, is he nervous about the science fair? Like, what's going on? Then he takes a nap, which is he can't fake. And that's how kids do not want to take. Babies want to take naps. My son does not want to take naps. Do I want to take a nap? Yes. It's kind of the inverse. Like kids can't fake a nap like how adults can't fake being out late at night. It's like they'd rather be sleeping. Like, no, yeah, let's go to another bar. Like, no. It's like, actually, I got to go. Takes a nap, wakes up, still stomach aches. Now he can't walk. So we're like, all right, we're ruling out the normal like Sour Patch Kid-itis that he usually has. Where it's like, you sure you just don't want to like have a banana? Like, are you sure you're like, just get things moving? You know, just saying that happens. Can't move, not faking. The wife takes him to the hospital. Hospital takes some blood and they're like, hey, there's too many white blood cells, which they say it's too many white blood cells. Something's up. That is a terrifying Google search. You know, when you buy a shirt from J. Crew is like, this shirt goes great with a pair of pants. Like, maybe you want the pants too. When I Googled that, I felt like Google should be like, hey, do you also want to say a quick prayer? I'm like, yes, like as a nice added bonus there. That's this Google search would go great with an Our Father. I was like, you're right. I will take that. Okay. Prayers work just as appendix. In the grand scheme of things, very minor. But it's like they say, every surgery is minor when it's not you. When you're in it, you're like, oh, this is pretty intense. So surgery gets scheduled. We think the following day, which is Monday. My wife's like up all night with him in the hospital. I'm like, all right, I'll go to bed. I'll tag you out in the morning. So I wake up, I'm getting ready to go to the hospital, take my other son to school. But don't forget, got the science experiment still. So because my son, theme of the day, assumed everything was going to be fine. We're like, hey, Billy, you still need to like tape on these pictures for the science experiment. It got to be, 5 or 6 before his stomach was hurt. He was assumed he was going to do it. Now it's my job to do it. Meanwhile, I'm packing, but it can't, it's a team project. I can't be left in the lurch. So now I'm running around trying to find the glue stick. Can't find the glue stick because who knows where the glue stick is in your house. Can't call my wife, who's been up at this point for 36 hours and like sleeping on the hospital cot. I'm like, honey, I don't know where the glue stick is. I don't want to tape it because then it doesn't look good because everything else has been glue sticked. Finally, I find the glue stick. First thought, yes, accomplished. Second thought, I want to eat this. The idea that goes away, that you're not interested in eating the glue stick, that is the first reaction. I did like this and it came out. I was like, that looks delicious. I'm 47 years old. I was about to start eating the glue stick. Like, no, Wild, stay focused. Don't eat the glue. glue the pictures on. I drop the project off. Good to go to the hospital. Fast forward, do the whole thing. He's fine. We're very blessed. Everyone at the hospital was kind, and we're lucky to be able to go home that day. But when you're home, that whole process does snap you out of, everything's going to be fine. Everything that was like it was yesterday is going to be like it was tomorrow. And when I came in on Tuesday, I did have a little bit of a different worldview. It just kind of wakes you up a bit. So I come in on Tuesday and I have a new outlook. When we start talking about the Steelers, what should the Steelers do? I just have a whole new view. Like, you guys need to carpe diem. It's not guaranteed to be fine, even though you are sort of the NFL's appendix, always there, never hurting anybody, never the hero of the story, just kind of there, just always in the mix. That's the Steelers, not bothering anybody, but just, you're not the lungs. No one's, if you listed, top 15 body parts, no one's ever talking about the appendix, although it is dangerous. It could be dangerous. Like, it's not. It's a first round playoff exit for many years. Moral of the story, Steelers should draft a quarterback, just like every other AFC contender. This year in the playoffs, every AFC playoff team drafted the quarterback that started their playoff game, except for the Steelers. The Steelers are trying to do their own thing. The Steelers are like, you go to a steak restaurant with your buddies, and your one buddy's like, how's the trout? Like, don't order the trout. Just get the filet, just like everybody else. We're at the steak restaurant. Well, what about Super Bowls, Kevin? I saw Matthew Stafford win a Super Bowl, and Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. Thanks for asking, Steelers fans who don't want to draft a quarterback. The last 20 Super Bowls, 16 of them were won by guys who were drafted by their teams. Hurts, Mahomes, Brady, Nick Foles, drafted by the Eagles, Russ, Flacco, Eli. Caveat, but he was basically drafted by the Giants. Rodgers, Ben, Peyton. 4 guys won the Super Bowl who weren't drafted. Brady for the Bucks, Stafford with the Rams, Peyton with the Broncos, and Drew Brees with the Chargers, but that was still prime Brees. So Stafford and Brady and Peyton, that's our Aaron Rodgers path. Like, quarterbacks aren't denim styles, okay? Old and distressed is not all of a sudden going to be cool. Like, I thought I wanted new and young. Like, no, it's just get a fresh pair of jeans. This is a mean joke. Should I say it? Just all of a sudden, old and distressed is not going to be in. Oh, it's even got a rip in the heel. That's not nice. Who wrote that? Here's my plan for the Steelers. Steelers, I'm basically in the same boat as you. We were both dynasties. Then you guys had, dynasties in the 70s. We were dynasties basically this whole century. But we both have had our little dips. And I'm not calling your Big Ben era dynasty, but you got some dynasty DNA. Here's what the Patriots did post-Brady. Superstar past his prime, Cam. First-round pick that misses, unfortunately, Mac Jones. We get another first-round pick, Drake, and we're off and running. This is what the Steelers have done post-Ben. 2022, they take the Bears pick, Trubisky. They take their own pick, Pickett, and their late pick, Rudolph, from the previous year, never plays. Next year, the Bears pick, Trubisky. Their own pick, Pickett, plays 12 games. Rudolph does play in the playoffs. Next year, they go the Patriots route. Superstar past his prime in Russ, and another Bears pick, Justin Fields. 2025, they've got Rudolph back, and now they're trying to figure out, should we run superstar past his prime again? No, the move is, just like the Patriots, get a first-round pick. I saw they're down with Jalen Milroe. That's interesting. Maybe you trade up for Cam Ward. Sure, that will work too. Just follow the Patriots plan, because you'll never be bad enough to get a good pick. Just go all in with the theme of tomorrow's not guaranteed to be great. You don't know what's going to happen. Old KW is just sleepwalking through life, assuming everything's going to be great. Boom. Next thing you know, I'm doing science experiments headed to the hospital. Just don't assume. That's kind of the theme of this. Final thing, and then Gianna will put a PFF, Pro Football Focus. This is if you want to trade it up for Cam Ward. I'll read this verbatim. Who does Cam project out to be? Oh, thanks for asking, Steelers fan. Ward is an unorthodox gunslinger, and the NFL comparison my mind keeps going back to is Ben Roethlisberger. Hello. Both had some scoot with their escapability, but you wouldn't exactly call them mobile. Both were also fearless in pushing the ball deep down the field. Hello, DK Metcalf now. It's a high-end comparison, but I believe Ward sees the game like Big Ben did. What more do you want? It's right there. Trade some draft picks, move up. Then I read a conspiracy theory on Twitter. You want to hear this one? Supposedly the Steelers might be reluctant to trade their draft pick because next year the NFL draft is in Pittsburgh. I don't really buy it, but I buy it as a conspiracy theory. So look, this is my final thoughts. Most likely, everything will be fine. The Steelers will get somebody. They will overachieve with their defense. The quarterback will look good enough. They will get to the playoffs and lose. But sometimes, and I needed this, I didn't realize it, you need a shock to the system. Whether you're a team or you run a business or you run a restaurant, you need to be bold and say, tomorrow's not promised. Let's go all in. Let's either trade our picks and get Cam Ward, or if you own a restaurant, put glue sticks on the menu. It'll be edible, not just regular glue. It's a bold choice, but I'm telling you, it'll work. The end.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.